And then on the 24th, which is a Monday, yes, we are almost at the end of the month again. We have Danny G on the 25th, DJ the Disaster on the 26th, Isaiah Valencia, and then April 1st, it's no joke, we have Isaiah. Right, I think we're done putting ourselves over, no, Kaliko?
Never done goodness.
Well, I could say this with 100 complete certainty. It was a great day for wrestling because we are wrestling with the news. And I think a big part of the news this week was that a one Stephanie Vacour won double NXT gold. Stephanie
Mm,
two straps.
mm, mm.
Looking good doing it as well. Had a great showing against Julia in Madison, the theater connected to Madison Square Garden. Um, First woman to ever win the NXT Women's Championship and North American Championship. And I mean, the North American Championship hasn't been established for that long anyway. But yeah, literally strapping the rocket to Stephanie's ass.
Literally and figuratively.
Correct, sure.
I mean, you gotta hear me complain. But I already told you, she's the most popular girl there.
You're not wrong. And
I,
the funny part about it is she has been there what, maybe 5, 6 months? No,
yeah,
about maybe let's be generous and say 9 months. And she's already eclipsed a lot of the girls there. It does make you wonder what she's gonna do when she hits the main roster, no?
well, it's funny because she had an opportunity to hit the main roster and she said no. And the reason being because she wanted to learn English. So the self-awareness to know that she needed to master her English, uh, is that in itself, you know, astonishing. But I also think I just think she just has a look about her. It's just her look is not like everyone else on that roster.
And you mentioned, having the self-awareness to know that, to kind of tell yourself, well, calm down. I need to learn English, or I might sink if I get there. Um, you know, it doesn't just play into things like that, but being self-aware, you kind of know yourself better. You play to your strengths and try to hide your weaknesses. Which maybe some of the girls in NXT might not know how to do, which may have played even more into her getting, um, getting one up on the girls in NXT right now. No,
No, I mean, because people like who they like. And it's just, I haven't seen the last person that was a woman that was in NXT with this much like aura around her was Asuka.
you're not wrong.
Like it's it's crazy. Now what they did was they got the loss on her out of the way, which helped out big time. To keep let people know she's beatable.
Who did she
Um,
lose to?
I want to say Kalani Jordan.
Really? I don't remember that.
It was a match. It was just like a little qualifying. She beat her.
Hmm. Oh, continue.
Um, but um, but for her, it's just like it's magnetic. She's just magnetic, and the people are hooked. It's just, you know, and you can't, you can't. That's something you just can't duplicate. But I don't know. It's just the aura. It's just an aura that she has. She comes to the ring. She has this look like she's pretty but deadly. And that is a crazy combination.
Not Kit and Elton.
It's like Adam's family-ish.
No, I
Pretty
mean Kit
deadly.
and Elton. They're actually pretty deadly.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, them too. Yeah, sorry for them. But I mean, uh, but yeah, that, I mean, I don't think she's gonna be there long because I don't see her, I just see her being, you know, I think she's gonna hit that roster and she's gonna be a who's who of who the hell is gonna beat her, who's gonna be there. I think she's just, sky's the limit. And once she gets her English down, I think you might as well watch the fuck out.
and it definitely speaks volumes of um because for anybody that's not aware, Julia is having some visa issues and some lacking injuries, which kind of caused her to drop the title to Stephanie, and we'll get to that in a minute. But what does it kind of speak to the NXT side of things to say, hey, we already have a belt on Stephanie. Let's pick somebody else to win the women's championship. No, let's stick with Stephanie. You know what I mean?
Um, it's well, the thing is, of course, I I mean, I kind of saw this coming down the pipeline because I'm doing a little research. But the thing is that it's just a matter of are they going to have her? My guess is they're going to make her relinquish the North American title, which allows them to have Jordan Grace do her thing until they need to hit heads. Unless they're just trying to go full force into it at Stand and Deliver, I don't think that they would because me personally, I think that's going to be the highlight for Bailey and Roxanne.
Right.
Um, but I mean, we'll see what they do with Jordan. I think they'll probably do tournament style. And the question is just who's going to be that foil for Jordan Grace? Because you got a lot of ladies you can pick from. Jada Parker, Kalani, Fallon, JC, Lola.
Yeah, I would
Um,
not be mad if they put a strap on Lola.
so I mean, he's not even like Soul Ruka, Lash Legend.
I mean, Soul's going for the United States Championship next week. She's wrestling Chelsea Green. I mean, I don't expect her to win, but she has that
Right.
opportunity.
But she got the opportunity. But I don't see it either, but it's just the fact that it's just a, a gamut of women that can go from, that can go for that title and give her a run for her money.
What you're saying is the
Um,
bakery is hot right now.
hey, the bakery got the, have you ever been to Krispy Kreme and they had that, and they had that hot flash sign?
Yeah,
That hot and fresh? Yeah, it's hot and fresh. The bakery's hot and fresh right now.
you're not wrong.
Mm.
Um, I don't. You mentioned something. You think that they're going to fast track Stephanie sooner rather than later. I don't think so. I think Stephanie's gonna stay in NXT for a hot minute because, as you said, NXT hasn't had a woman with aura like Stephanie since Asuka, which makes her an attraction. And we've had this discussion before. Who, if NXT is coming to your town, who are you buying a ticket to see? And if Stephanie is that person for you, they're going to keep her for quite some time. At least until she is able to speak proper English, coherent English.
Hmm.
So I think that she's gonna stay there a hot minute. She's gonna build up that reputation. I mean, she's been there what, like I said, 9 months, and she's already built a fantastic reputation for herself. Um,
I mean, probably less than that.
yeah. So it's just a matter of it's going to be a it's going to be a big thing when she does, come onto the main roster. So probably milk as much as you can out of the NXT run as you can because she's hot right now and people want to see her. So and not a lot of people are buying tickets for NXT for specific wrestlers. So do what you can with her for as long as you got her, I say.
I mean, you can. And you can. Oh, yeah. And for my self correction, the match that she lost, actually, it was the number one contender Iron Man challenge, in which Julia won it.
Okay, so a 6 pack.
So, I mean, it was kind of like one of those where, yeah, it was kind of like six, and then you had like 25 minutes to win as many falls as you can,
Okay,
type deal.
but did she take any falls? Is the question.
I don't think she did, but the fact that there's a loss there kind of,
Yeah, but as long as she didn't take a pinfall loss, then I think she might be okay.
I mean, in psychologically, it's a thing because I mean, the last thing they want is to have. I mean, I don't think they're gonna want to have another Oscar in their hand where she was just so unbeatable that
Yeah,
when she did get beat, it was like the person who beat her. Everybody was more pissed off about it.
right. They're not. It's not going to be a streak or anything.
Right.
Yeah, but they are going to protect her. On the we've been talking about Stephanie. On the opposite end of that coin, Julia. It seemed like the rocket was strapped to her ass before Stephanie came around. And she might as well still have been NXT Women's Champion if not for some visa issues. From what I'm hearing, some um, injury issues as well. From what I'm getting, people saying, she didn't necessarily wrestle like she was injured. She looked okay, but you never necessarily know. Um, Bad timing, possibly good timing. What are your thoughts on Julia taking some time off? Because they did say that it is going to be a while until we hear from her again.
I mean, yeah. I mean, all of it was timing because it was like she came in and then 2 months later, Stephanie. Like I said, it was like the Krispy Kreme reference, bro. It was hot and ready, and they were coming. They were coming in hot, quick. But for her, the injury probably was more the unfortunate part, especially considering the person she beat. Uh, you usually won't have a title run that short, beating like the longest reigning women's NXT champion ever, right?
Right.
So to me, that screams more timing. A visa that didn't stop them from keeping Gunther fucking. with a title. So I think it's more the injury than anything.
Right. I mean, you could have maybe worked with something, if she, if it was just visa issues, you may have, maybe worked something out. But, considering that, like you said, Gunter, um, but, I mean, there's nothing to really work out if she's injured.
Right. So to me, I think it was more injury than anything.
I mean, again, it's unfortunate, because, like I said, it seemed like the rocket was strapped to her ass, and now, nothing. But maybe,
Well, I wouldn't say nothing. I think it can, when she comes back, if Stephanie is still there and Jordan Grace is dominating, that's going to be a good story play out, competition wise.
right. I mean, I hope it's not, a case of, um, what was his name in NXT? Atami, um, Hito Atami, or as we know him, Kenta. Um, that type of situation. I do hope that when she does come back, there's some fire behind her, and people are happy to see her. I think they will, though.
Come back with some fire in his ass.
Right. Well, keeping on the good WWE news, the Street Profits won the Tag Team Championships last night on SmackDown, or last morning on SmackDown, if you're in America. It was night in Barcelona, I guess. Um, I think this is the first time the Street Profits have won a title in 5 years. And my god, it has taken them way too long to win those titles back. No?
Um, and a part of it was that they got stuck with the pride and then they just kind of got floundered when Lashley left. So you know what I mean?
Not to
It,
mention that the Usos had a clutch on those championships for a
and the
good.
Usos literally was bitches,
Yeah,
some bitches hostage for damn near 2 years. So 2 of them years, they were close with the Usos, just Usos the Usos. Usi being Usi. So, I mean, you can't knock it there. Um, and then when they finally did break the titles, they were kind of in the pride and Lashley leaves and it takes them forever to figure out who the hell they want to be.
right.
But I always said that this, and you can play the tape. I've been saying this for the longest. The Street Profits are the best when they all about that business and they want to fuck you up like in the parking lot. It just, I don't know. That take me serious. I ain't no fucking joke. And it seems like that just now is their persona. And I like it. I like it.
Right.
Cause it shows them, cause when they were with the pride, they tried to make it hurt, everyone saw it as Hurt Business 2.0.
Right.
So they never really got a chance to showcase their characteristics with it, right?
Right.
Now they're able to talk their talk.
Kalika?
So I mean, cannot understate that this version of the Prophets is great for an otherwise understaffed tag team division.
You're not wrong. I'm still definitely a proponent that they should only have one tag team titles for both brands. Um, we tried the tag team titles on Raw and SmackDown. It's failed miserably since WrestleMania. I think it's time to reunite those titles, in my opinion. But I'm still happy that the Profits won. Um, I was actually a pretty big supporter of them when they held the championships the first time. Ironically enough, when they were competing against the War Raiders in anything you could do, I could do better competition.
Yeah,
So,
but
and then when they
well,
got back to being in front of crowds, they dropped the titles. And they, ironically enough, they held those championships for about a year, and then never had a real crack at those titles again since until now, 5 years later.
true. I, but every time that they had the titles in, they were kind of like happy go lucky.
Right.
Person, me personally, it seemed like that they were more happy go lucky. Um, I think this version is, and I think that, and they would show glimpses of being serious, but it would fade away. And this kind of takes them away from that. Hopefully they don't become, it just takes them away from being possibly like a bootleg New Day, as most people can see it, because they're always happy and they're coming up. It's like, no, and I like it. I like it. And I think, I get it with the tags. I just think that they have tag teams. They just don't put emphasis on them because they, WWE kind of gets, this is the one thing I will harp on them being lazy about. They have a tendency of putting two single stars together as a tag team and just go, well, here you go.
Yeah, they do that.
And that formula needs to go. And they do it with the women's tag team division too. And that's my biggest issue.
Because they don't have women tag teams.
Well, yeah. So why have it if you're not going to put an emphasis on it? And that to me is what is probably the most frustrating. I think that's more frustrating to people than anything. Because don't get me wrong, I we love um live, live life, love. However, we all know that she's a singles person.
Especially after the year she had last year.
Last year,
Yeah.
exactly. So to me, it almost like a cut your nose to spite your face because you had a tag team as Ladon and
Albert
Alba
Fry.
Fry. You had what's the other ones? Katana Chance and was it Carter?
Uh, yeah, something Carter.
And see, so you get, so that's where it kind of throws everything off. I mean, they trying to put together a tag team in NXT with Lash and I forgot her name. And then
Kiana?
you got Soul and huh?
Kiana?
Kiana, yeah. Lash and Kiana. Which I mean it could work, but it's just more like you're gonna have to, when they did those titles, they should have just did it with the emphasis of actually having people stay together as tag teams rather than putting two single mother bleepers together. Cause it almost seems like, okay, you don't have trust in them as singles people and you're trying to put them in a tag in a division that really doesn't have a tag.
True.
So, well, that to me, that just is mind boggling as anything.
Nonetheless, congratulations to the Street Profits. And
Yeah, I will throw my red solo cup in the air and then burn it because they ain't coming out with them bitches no more.
um, and a big congratulations to Earthquake and Typhoon, going into the WWE Hall of Fame. Um, I believe Earthquake is John Penta, no?
I mean, yeah, that's some good stuff.
I mean, I could definitely make the argument that Earthquake could have went in alone. But unfortunately, he's not here with us anymore. So I guess they'll have Typhoon, talk for him, and he still gets the nod to say that his family could say he has the nod that he's in the Hall of Fame. But it's kind of like a ceremonial induction rather than an actual, induction. But I mean, Earthquake a was a big part of WWE for at one point. No,
Yeah, I mean, and it also speaks that tag teams are running short
I mean,
as far as induction.
Demolition was right there.
I don't know what it is with them. Did Demolition owe a motherfucker money or something? Like what? I just don't get it.
They signed
I,
them. They signed Legends contracts. So it's
I,
not like if there was any bad blood that they wouldn't be there. But I don't know.
it, bro, you got me. I'm like, shit. What? Who? Whose wife did they have sex with to be blacklisted like this? I mean, but I mean, the good thing about them not being in is the fact that now I mean, that's the only. I'm trying to think what other tag teams are left other than after Demolition.
Oh,
Because the Hardys aren't in, right?
the Hardys are not in. Um,
So the Hardys,
you could
the
tech
Dudleys are in.
you could technically do Edge with Christian.
You ain't doing Edge with Christian right now.
Who
You
knows?
had that shot. You had that shot 5 years ago.
Who knows at this point?
But but
Too cool,
I mean, other than them, who else?
too cool. Scotty Too Hardy and what is his name? Grandmaster Sexy.
Ooh, that one. I mean, Rikishi got in by himself, right?
Yeah, you could
It's
do
a wrap.
Nation of
Nope, it
Domination.
ain't. It ain't. Nope, nope, ain't happening. I'm
Nation of Domination. Um,
not as a tag. That'd be a faction. I mean, you could do the New Age Outlaws as a tag team, but they went in with DX as a faction, so it wouldn't make sense. Um, Harlem, he already got it.
True.
Uh, uh, shit, the Moondogs. Shit, I don't know. Like, fuck, it gets like after the five, it gets hard.
Well, again, I'm
The
happy that
Heavenly Bodies. There we go. Heavenly Bodies.
there you go.
There we go. How about that? Philip LaFon. Let's get him in.
What about the Russos?
The what?
The Russo brothers.
The Rougeaus? Oh man. I don't know.
What about the
Don't
Quebecers?
the Quebecers might have a shot, but nothing will say Hall of Fame like Gigolo Jimmy Delray.
Well, Nina, natural disasters, earthquake, John slash Don Tenta,
Oh no, what was the other team? The, did the Midnight Express make it?
yeah, no,
Okay,
was it
so
Rock
they
and
made
Roll
it.
Express or Midnight Express?
There's two. The Rock and Roll Express, I believe they made it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That sounds right.
It's the yeah, they made it. They made it. It's the Midnight Express. See, they can make an argument for the Midnight Express.
There you go. But again, definitely big congratulations to them. Earthquake, definitely deserving. Like I said, big part of WWE in the 80s. Crushed Hulk Hogan, when people actually liked that guy, which caused which caused them to make get well soon cards for Hulk Hogan at that time, which was a strategy to get people on the mailing list, which worked beautifully at the time. He's also known for crushing Damien, Jake the Snake's snake. So there was definitely a lot of history with him. And obviously Typhoon was a big part of WWE as well at the time. So
Yeah, because he was the person that saved Earthquake, and they became
the natural
yeah
disasters.
natural disasters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely well deserving. Um,
Yes, congrats to them. They deserve it. Along with Lex Luger, because didn't he get announced too?
yeah, we talk about that last week, I believe.
We did. We did. No,
Yeah,
yeah,
we did.
we did. So it's starting to fill out. The class is starting to fill out.
If only the class wasn't, you have to pay to get in there separately from SmackDown now, and tickets are $1,000, like everything else in WrestleMania in Las Vegas.
I mean, they got with UFC. I saw that shit coming. It was,
Yeah, I'm waiting for somebody to rebel against this shit, but you know, it doesn't seem like it's happening.
why do you think they tell all these good ass stories? They want your
Yeah.
ass. Step that script room in the backup.
Um, Speaking of Hulk Hogan being disliked, he's currently on a meet and greet tour, um, to promote his beer, Real American Beer. And it's not going well, as you probably could expect. He's doing these meet and greets, like I said, and he's showing up incredibly late for these meet and greets, and he's not staying long. People are waiting maybe 4 or 5 hours to see him, and he's not staying. He's maybe staying 2 hours at max, and he just abruptly gets up and leaves after, um, whenever he actually feels like it, which is making people more angry at Hulk Hogan than they normally are. I mean, if you're promoting something and you're doing a meet and greet tour, you want people to buy your beer. Why would you just leave them hanging and say, "Well, I was here. Go fuck yourself, but buy my beer"? That doesn't seem like a smart strategy, no?
I mean, I mean, considering the climate he decided to put himself in, he's kind of in that Target, Walmart ish zone. So I mean, hey, it's we found out who Hulk Hogan was. I forgot someone was like, man, you don't want to meet your heroes because you find out your heroes ain't shit. And it's it seems like that might be the case for one Kerry, which I mean, it's crazy because all that shit Macho Man was talking, we thought he was bullshitting.
Did we? I mean, I mean, Beat Man Hulk kind of explained everything.
Be a man, Hogan. Yeah, be a man, Hogan was like the shit.
Yeah.
He dropped a whole rap album dissing this man.
Nasty Boy Brian Knobs is currently having some health issues. He's having a blood infection or some type of infection that is threatening his life right now. He has a GoFundMe page up. Let's hope that Brian is able to kick out of that too before this becomes a big problem for him. We definitely send out um, our best to him and his family.
That's true. But don't Hogan got some bread?
Huh?
Because that's his cousin.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, it doesn't seem like Hulk is helping at this point. He's like, that don't work for me, brother, or
I
that don't
mean,
work for me,
him stay
cousin.
him staying for 2 hours ain't helping his ass. Standing at the grocery store don't work for me, brother. See those eggs?
Okay, you're kind of leaning more towards Randy Savage than Hulk Hogan there, accent wise.
I never said I could do a good Hogan.
Fair enough. Um, somebody we have not heard from in a very long time, Kid Cash, WCW, ECW, and TNA alumni. Well, actually, he was in WWE at one point too. Um, he retired in 2017. Finally back up and at him. He's taking some bookings. So Kid Cass back on the scene. Happy to see that. No,
I mean, yeah, but he's probably like, man, see all this money these motherfuckers making? I'm jumping on that shit.
I mean he is called Kid Cass after all.
Hey, I'm just saying, gotta get the moniker.
Yeah,
Gotta get it how you live.
I mean Kid Cass was is one hell of a walker as well. Um, Definitely no shade there. I hope he could still go as well as he did. Um, I mean that's yet to be seen, but I mean he's coming back. Let's see what happens. Maybe he'll get
Yeah,
one more
but
run.
I mean, shit, if Too Cold Scorpio can out here popping it, I'm pretty sure he got it.
Oh yeah. Too Cold maybe has some encouragement when it comes to his wrestling nowadays. Um, he only wrestles at 420, but that's his choice in the matter, no?
Hey, that by any means necessary was always the moniker.
So Kid Cash on his way back in, possibly on his way out. One Shinsuke Nakamura. We reported last week. He lost a United States Championship to LA Knight. It's reported that WWE might not be renewing his contract when it comes up. I'm not exactly sure when his contract comes up, but there's a difference between firing somebody and not renewing somebody. Um, I mean, obviously Nakamura's always been a big star, in Japan. It didn't necessarily translate that well in WWE, but he did have some success.
Bushi?
Yeah. Um, what are your thoughts? Nakamura possibly not getting renewed by WWE?
I mean, he should have went. I mean, Nakamura, you said he wasn't a star that did translate. That motherfucker was over.
I mean, it didn't translate as well in WWE and then in New
Because
Japan.
I call bullshit. I call bullshit. That dude was on it. Where they fucked him was when he lost to AJ.
After Mania,
He wasn't
at Mania.
he wasn't right ever since then. Heaven forbid Asuka wasn't right ever since then. They fucked over their two biggest Japanese stars in one night.
Yeah. Um, New Orleans was not kind to their Japanese exports.
I know. I mean, I guess the beignets must wasn't snapping for them, but yeah, I mean, that dude was over. He was over. Like the year before in Orlando, his line in Access, boy, he was one of the longest lines. He was over. Wildly popular. Very popular.
I mean, yes,
Just
but you're talking
they,
about NXT Nakamura, not WWE Nakamura.
but it translated to WWE Nakamura. Remember? He wasn't right when that happened, and he wasn't right when gender beat him. Those two things fucked him the most.
Mm, I guess so. But I mean, it seemed like he was doing really well recently with the Darth Vader gimmick he got going on. Um, but for some apparent reason, they kept him off TV rather than doing something with him. It seems like that's been they do something good with him, and then they keep him off TV for like 3 4 months. I mean, he only defended the United States Championship once. I don't know why though.
Maybe because they knew he wasn't going to resign. I don't, trying to work the kinks in the back with the signature. Couldn't get it, so they just said we'll drop it. That's what it seems like to me.
If WWE doesn't renew his contract, I mean, obviously he has a home in New Japan. They take him in a
Oh my
heartbeat.
god,
Um,
fucking godsend. Maybe
Especially right now, considering where things are with New Japan.
I
Um,
know they.
but as of now, I'm aware that he lives in America. So could Nakamura go to an AEW or a TNA? Or
No,
is Nakamura big enough of a star to hit the independents and make some bank?
he don't need it. He's good. He's good going back to Japan because they need that head above heels star.
And that he is. Considering
Especially with Ace leaving, they need it. They fucking need it.
considering what's going on with New Japan right now, um, the New Japan Cup kicked off last week, and night one was a complete and utter disaster. Um, the ring broke that they were using in Korakuen Hall. Um, Tanahashi came out, explained that New Japan has two rings. One ring was going out on the road to their next venue that they're going to. Um, and then the one that they were using was going to be the one that was going to be in Korakuen Hall that night that the wrestlers were going to be in. Well, the ring
Hmm.
post snapped. It broke, and they could not get the ring from off the road in time for the show. So they were unable to have matches on night one of New Japan Cup. Instead, they did photo ops with the factions taking the ring. People took pictures of them, and they did a couple of interviews with the wrestlers that would be in the New Japan Cup the following night. The following night, yes, they did have a ring. They were able to wrestle. They did a double night of matches with uh because obviously they had to cancel because they didn't have a ring the night prior. Yeah, that doesn't look good for New Japan. And I mean, their home base is in Japan and Tokyo.
Hmm.
They didn't have their ring wasn't in. They didn't have a training ring from the dojo that they could have brought. They only have two rings. Did they sell a ring during the pandemic? Like, what the fuck happened there? And this is the first time you're
I'm.
actually hearing this. You told me to hold off on telling you what was happening because you wanted to hear on air. So what are your
Oh
thoughts
yeah,
on
because
all?
they gonna use because they using two rings till the literal turnbuckle fell off.
Yeah,
And that's what happened. They were like, "No, we gonna use this bitch till the wheel fall off." And they're like, "Oh shit, the wheel fell off."
yeah. Could we use only two wheels or three wheels? Nope, probably not.
Like, oh, oh shit.
Motherfucker.
Gay, Gato better get his shit up.
You're not wrong.
Like, fucking, what's wrong with and Tanahashi? He man better sell one of them guitars, get a goddamn ring. And
Yeah.
not a good look at all. However, I mean, they're the biggest thing there. Who's gonna tell them? Who gonna tell them about themselves? Who gonna check them, boo?
Very true. Well, since we're in it, let's talk about the New Japan Cup. Evil defeated Yoda Tsuji. I don't believe we called that.
We didn't see that. That was not on the bingo card.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking myself. I don't remember who we had, but I'm pretty sure Evil was not on that list. Uh,
We said Suji. That was Suji's bracket to lose.
right, yeah. And then David Finlay took out Evil. I believe it was House of Torture and the War Dogs are not a faction anymore. They're different people now.
I mean, kind of like the firing squad and the elite. What's like,
Yeah. But I never
oh
really felt like House
god,
of Torture was Bullet Club in the first place. They were just like assholes that did what they wanted.
rebels without a cause.
Yeah. Yuya Uemura defeated Sonata. No shock there. Um,
Yeah,
and he beat Yoshihashi as well. Kalika?
I mean, fuck Yoshihashi. The fact he got to the second round without trying is
Yeah.
who, who the fuck signed that off? Who the fuck booked this shit?
Rayo Iowa defeated Chase Owens. Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Iowa. Um,
Yep,
Gabe Kidd defeated Ren Narita. Taichi defeated Gabe Kidd.
yep.
Rado Khan defeated El Phantasmo.
Mm-hmm.
Shota Umno defeated Great Khan. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Naito defeated Callum Newman. Jeff Cobb defeated Naito. Not the
We told you that.
Yeah, 50-50.
I I told you Jeff Cobb gonna kill him. He's gonna
Yeah.
kill that man.
Drilla Maloney defeated Ishii. Definitely a
Upset.
upset. He also defeated TJP. Uh, Bolton Aleg defeated Bad Luck Fale. How the fuck did that happen? But
Yeah,
Shingo Takage defeated Oleg. So what we have coming up,
for the
these matches,
quarters.
these matches probably already happened as we're recording this, but David Finlay versus Yuya Uemura, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Taichi, Shota Umino versus Jeff Cobb, and Drilla Maloney versus Shingo Takage. Interesting bracket to say the least, no?
I mean, they were like, what's the wackiest bracket we can bring? What is the most out of pocket left field bracket we could come up with? Let's do that.
I mean,
Because the people,
yeah, continue.
I mean, shit. I mean, there's more than one upset. I thought it was going to be chalk, except, thought it'd be a lot more chalkier.
I feel like New Japan's booking method right now was fuck it.
Pray for Nakamura to come.
Yeah, pray for Nakamura, but until then, fuck it. Let's throw shit at the wall. Let's see if it sticks.
I mean, I, this semi, I mean, it's anybody's fucking tournament at that point.
I feel like Shingo would make the most sense, and then you get a hard hitting match between Shingo and Goto. Um, but then again, I could make a case that any of these guys could win, except Drilla Maloney.
Yeah. But Zack Sabre Jr. versus Taichi is gonna be a fucking crazy match.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy work.
What were
That's gonna
they?
be crazy work.
Dangerous Teclas.
Yeah, the tag champs.
Yeah, that's actually low key when I started liking Zack, was that tag team. And Taichi a little bit as well. Um, so yeah, finally getting that match. Um, do you go with a name that people know, or do you go with the rising stars? You could, I mean, Yuya and Shota are obviously, on the rise.
John.
They're the new faces of New Japan. Do you go with them, or do you go with the match that's probably going to draw more money? I don't think Zack's gonna
It's
win.
I think Zack's gonna win.
I mean, it would have been his third time winning the New Japan Cup, though.
Well, that's the only. I mean, the way that they're making this look, that's the only way he's gonna get his fucking rematch.
Um,
Because this motherfucker went on and got fighting Nagata and everybody else and their mama, and they ain't fighting him.
as of right now, I'll go with the Kage, and my second will be Yuya Uemura. What say you, Kaliko?
Mm. Ooh. Shota.
Okay,
I think the winner of Shota Cobb wins.
okay. So Soda, and your second win second is Cobb.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we shall see. Um, Most of these matches are probably already in the books, so yeah.
And watch Drilla Maloney win the motherfucker.
Fuck that guy.
No, that's Yoshihashi, sir.
Oh, no, no number two, only number one. Um, the Bet Channel revealed the greatest black wrestler of all time is Booker T. I mean, did they not know who The Rock was?
There's this propensity with The Rock where most people think he claims more of his Samoan side than his African American.
True. But what about Too Cold Scorpio?
Now that one, yes, I mean, I can argue that. Ron Simmons, anyone? Like,
I mean, first black
uh,
champion, but I mean, if we're not going, half black, then and we're just going full
well,
black.
I didn't say, I'm just saying The Rock ain't gonna get the flack because of the fact that he seems to be on that side more so than his black side, but to his own detriment.
Yeah. Um, but if we're just going not like I was saying, not if we're not going half black, if we're going full black, then yeah, I would say Booker T would be up there. If not number
She'd
one.
be up there. I mean, Booker T could be up there. I mean, his story is phenomenal. Uh, I think he's the most resilient of the bunch, considering the whole WCW angle and having to deal with that shit and
Yeah.
working his way through that to be, a top guy.
Who would you make an argument that could be in replace of Booker T?
In place of Booker T as a black wrestler. Jesus, it's tough.
Well, I would
Yeah,
say,
it's tough.
well,
I
Ron
mean,
Simmons.
Too Cold Scorpio was a guy ahead of his time,
Very true.
and no one will really appreciate his shit, even though he was doing the shit now and making it look easy. What these kids are like, damn near breaking their neck doing. Um, uh, I mean, in the South, a Junkyard Dog was the guy. But it was just more persona. Uh, Coco Beware was a good guy outside the territories. Um,
Would you put Bobby Lashley in that conversation?
Bobby Lashley damn well could be in that conversation. Everywhere he's went, he's been a champion.
Current tag team champion in AEW right now.
I mean, shit, should be the champion in AEW right now.
Um,
It,
I
the
love.
moment they get out of that Death Rider shit.
I mean, I love Swerve, but I don't think Swerve is in the greatest of all time category right now.
Swerve's still writing his history.
Right.
He's still writing his book. Black wrestlers, holy shit. R-Truth.
And you know what? I put Kofi in there as well.
Kofi's in there. Damn, let's see, top five pure African American wrestlers. Holy shit. it's tough. I mean, that should have been a Black History Month thing last month. You stumped. Because yeah, you can make a case for Kofi, Lashley, Booker T.
I mean, I'm okay with Booker T. I don't think it's a controversial
It's
take.
not now that you think about it, it's not as far fetched as we think. Well, people are gonna, like I said, people are gonna yell rock, and the only reason I say that is because if that were the case, if they were really serious about The Rock, they would have told us when he won the title, he was the first Black African American champion. Kofi Mania wouldn't exist. If you see what I'm saying?
Right. Oh, I get what you mean.
See that's the knock. That's the biggest knock on him
Oh,
because
we completely forgot about one name that should definitely be on that list.
it better not be Ahmed Johnson.
Cody Rhodes.
Oh yeah, Hotep Cody. Shit, he from Atlanta. Got a sister. Yeah, Hotep Cody.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, we just fixed the list for BET right there. Cody Rhodes, number
There
one,
we go.
greatest Black
BET. I
wrestler of all
mean,
time.
first of all, no one still. If you still watch BET, I need to figure out what the fuck is wrong with you. But that's a whole nother issue for a whole nother day.
Yeah, I mean, obviously BET seeing WWE is hot right now. Obviously trying to get on the bandwagon. Somebody that jumped back on the train. A1 Miro. He renewed his vows with Lana. I didn't
Wait,
even know.
what?
Yeah,
Wait, wait. What?
yeah, you didn't hear about that?
Well, I heard the divorce, but god damn, that was quick.
Yeah, apparently she was. And I mean, this is all speculation and rumor and innuendo. Primarily me making drama. But she was dating Damian Priest, and Miro was like, well, hold up a minute. I don't want to be like the other Miro. Um, and,
He's here for a good time, not a long time.
yeah. So, tried to renew with, I was referring to Mark Miro. um,
Oh,
Sable and
oh shit.
Brock Lesnar, that scenario. Um, he's a forgiving man. Um, what was I getting at? Oh, so he asked her, could we try and put things back together? She said sure. They worked things out, renewed their wedding vows, um, back together once again.
Well, diggity damn.
Yep, that is something that happened for sure.
2025 bingo card has been what wait what
Yeah, you're not wrong.
like what well 2025 is just already like take me now Lord.
I mean, not in the pro wrestling sense.
I mean in pro wrestling too, I did not see that coming.
Yeah, no.
He divorced her and then divorced her, went home, came back and said, nah, I can't live without you. Let's do this over. It's like, wait, what?
Don't date Damian Priest. Love me, baby. Yeah.
Nice.
Hopefully they could make it work this time around.
I mean, at this rate, shit.
Probably not, but who knows?
Uh, who knows? Who knows?
Alright, I think that will conclude our coverage of the news. And now a quick word from our sponsors.
Hey, folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show. Support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.